Test my mic. Dang it. Hello? Okay, let's see here. What's up, Duck Hunters? So I got a video for you guys. Chaz actually asked a question here, and it was a really valuable question. She asked a couple things that I never really thought of expressing to you guys. So this is actually really good.
You're breaking my heart, but I know I can't leave. I can't leave. You've been laying with somebody that...
So let's go over the question together, right? So let's see here. Hey Pierre, good day. I want to say I truly appreciate your time. I appreciate your time, Chaz. I've watched all the YouTube videos. That means so much to me. Thank you so much, Chaz. Like, no matter how many followers or subscribers I'm gonna ever get, it always makes me feel so happy when people say, like, I watched all your videos and I appreciate the value you put out. It means a lot. So this is where I just need a little clarity. I passed my exam 1019. Congratulations, that's a big deal. Signed up with a rental locator who sponsored me. That's pretty cool. Haven't gotten my license yet. They say it takes 3 months. So Chaz, 3 months, that seems like a really long time. Typically, like in Texas and in Colorado, when you get licensed and as soon as you pass your exam, it's quite instant. I mean, you know, a couple days and it shows active on the real estate commission website. So I don't know if they're telling you maybe it takes 3 months to get like the physical copy, paper copy of your license. Maybe that's what they mean, because I've never heard of a real estate commission taking 3 months after someone passed. So the way you can kind of solve that, Chaz, is go to the real estate commission website, whatever market you're in. Looks like you're in Chicago, which is a great market, by the way. And just check the online website for your real estate commission, look up your name, and if it shows that you're active, you can work right away without having to wait for the paper license. Because when I passed, I remember it was like the same day they made it active here in Texas a few years ago, and I showed up to work like the second after I passed the exam. So let's continue here. Okay, so you left the agency, weren't really too happy with them. Yeah, that happens, right? I mean, it's hard to find a broker. That's why I made a video about the checklist that you guys should be checking over before deciding on a broker. You know, because it does take a day or so to digitally transfer over the license. You have to wait until they accept the digital transfer on the broker side, right? And you're basically paying a broker agent split, right? So, you know, you're paying good money to these brokers. So it's important to choose a good broker that you respect and that ultimately that you trust, right? Because, you know, sometimes we run into our own unique situations, and it's so great to have a broker take care of things for you so you can work on leasing and, you know, earning and top producing, right? Like, for instance, the invoicing system, right? You don't want to have to worry about top producing and sending an invoice out and collecting it, you know, or not. It's like, why are you even paying a broker a split? So the broker should be taking care of collections for you, the invoicing system, you know, talking to managers if and whenever necessary to speed up payment. And then, so it's important to find a really good broker. And so the other question, it looks like you had, you were asking, Chaz, your dilemma is, can I still provide locator services even if you're changing brokers? So yeah, absolutely. You don't have to go to a special or specific apartment locating broker to apartment locate, right? Because with your real estate license, it's very comprehensive. You can do whatever you want, you know, because you're now a licensed real estate agent. The only thing I was saying to you was, I recommend going to a broker that at least has experience with apartment locating, because if you go to just any broker and they don't really even know the small industry niche that we're in, they're going to have a hard time supporting you if they've never done it before, right? And so, guys, you can go to a broker that doesn't know what apartment locating is, and legally you can still apartment locate, but, you know, if they don't know how to support you, I'm sure they're still going to try, you know, but the problem with that is you're gonna run into wasting a lot of time, because the broker's trying to figure it out how to support you correctly because they've never had an apartment locating agent. You're gonna be frustrated, and even though it might get resolved, you're gonna end up wasting a lot of time just with pending and stuff, right? So I would recommend going to a brokerage that at least has experience with apartment locating, some level of experience, because they will collect for you and support you the best because they understand the business. The other question you had, Chaz, was, hey, what would be the script when contacting the apartment community? This was a great question that I never thought people had an issue with when they first signed up. So I really appreciate you asking that. Basically, there is no script when you contact the apartment community, guys. All you're doing is you're referencing your database, right? So when you get an apartment locating database, the best one I've ever tried by far has been Smart Locating. I'm not affiliated with them, and there's definitely some things that they could improve on. But they have a really good database, so I use it right now. If I ever find a better database, I will update you guys immediately. But jump on like Smart Locating, whatever apartment database you have, it's going to tell you all of the apartments that work with apartment locators, and it's always like over 90% of all apartments in every city, right? And so you won't have an issue with getting paid, but the database tells you exactly how much they do pay, right? And whether or not you can send over a client or if you have to show up with them, right? So that's called sending your escort. So guys, there's no pitch. Whenever you call an apartment community after having a client that you're working with, all you're doing is confirming, that their online pricing is correct. And if they don't have online pricing, you're calling them just to find out, exactly what the price is for the client's needs. So to help you put it into perspective, if you're working with a client and they say, listen, I need a 2-bedroom for $1,500 within 2 weeks, ideally what I teach is jump on their website, which the database has a section where you can immediately jump on the website and find out what the live pricing is without having to waste time and call the apartment. But in case they don't have live pricing, that's when you would call the apartment. A leasing agent's going to pick up, and then you just ask him, hey, listen, I've got a client that needs to move in 2 weeks. I'm an apartment locator. What is the price for a 2-bedroom if you have any? Right? So there's no like special pitch. You're not selling the apartment people anything. You're just trying to get information that you're going to relay to your client because you know that they work with apartment locators because you see that on your database. So it's very straightforward, and that's the easy part. So no one worry about what the script is when contacting an apartment. That's not actually a real issue. You were saying that these are all Class A luxury high-rise buildings. That's really cool that you're working with luxury Class A buildings. I love working with Class A buildings too, Chaz, because in my experience, they pay a lot faster. And there's less issues. In fact, almost like no issues. You just send someone over and you're always going to get paid a lot. You're always going to get paid a lot and quick. So I like working with Class A buildings over Class C buildings. But at the end of the day, the commission's still commission. So you're going to get paid in any standard apartment community. That's why you see some agents that specialize in like felonies or with broken lease clients, because as long as they get approved, $1,000 or $2,000 is still $2,000, whether it was a Class C or Class A property. But I like getting paid faster. And if I ever do show up to a building or take videos for my marketing, that's why I like working with Class A properties, because everything's just more beautiful and seamless. It also makes me feel better. So there's like a psychological reason that I work with Class A luxury buildings over Class C. For some reason, it makes me feel better, and I'm all about working efficiently, part-time, and where it makes me feel good. So that's why I personally work with Class A properties, but you can make money with any apartment complex. And that's pretty much it. So Chaz, I hope I answered all your questions. Thank you for asking them. And let's get on to the next. Chaboom!